Okay, good people, I'm back. I just need to learn how to edit my videos so that when I get a phone call or I get like interrupted by the deans, um, then I can continue, block that part out and continue on with my conversation. But I was talking about my mom who has the AVM, and this past November, she had a stroke, which caused aneurysms around the AVM that she has now on her brain, which, you know, is 30 plus extra blood vessels on her brain. And now she has like 2 or 3 per se blood clots. Those are aneurysms, but blood clots in there. So, when we took her to the hospital, they put her on a ventilation machine and they said they didn't know if she was going to live. That was very upsetting news to hear. But being that I had kind of been through some stuff with my brother in the past with his brain injuries, I was a little used to what was going on, to the situation of what they were explaining, that my mom was doing good, but they put her on ventilation because they didn't want her to have to move a muscle or breathe on her own. And that made sense to me, because when she arrived to the hospital, what they did was, sorry, I have to turn this heat up because it is 30 degrees and snowing. I don't want to really move my, it's been snowing the last couple of days, but it's supposed to be another storm this weekend, and it's a little too much for me, but because I'm from north, I'm used to it. For 2 years in South Carolina, I ain't get no snow. I had to tell little Dean when we got frost on the grass, that was snow. He ain't know no better, because he had never really seen big snow. All the other snows, Dean had surgery every 6 months from the time he was born till the time he was 6 years old. So, and that being said, either it was a surgery time or Dean was also born with asthma, and so have I. I was born with it, and I've had it all my life. I've had to deal with it all my life. I just got done being really sick. That's why I have to go see my doctor for a follow-up. And so little Dean never really got to enjoy the snow. And that being said, I want to start vlogging because I have a lot going on in my life, and I would like for you guys to come along with me. I'm going to go back to my mom because I'm going to be updating you guys over the next couple of weeks. So in November, she went into the hospital, and she had so much fluid on her brain, they had to actually tap a hole in her skull to release some of the fluid that was on her brain. The doctor came in and he said, you guys can lose her at any minute now if you don't let us do this procedure. Sorry guys, I'm driving and I'm trying to pay attention to the road at the same time as I'm realizing I don't have my seatbelt on. But in Pennsylvania, it's not really against the law, but it is. Everybody should be riding with a seatbelt on. My next videos, y'all probably will see me in my seatbelt because I know it's supposed to be safe. It was against the law down south, so trust and believe. A girl got a ticket a couple of times for not wearing her seatbelt, because I was not used to not wearing your seatbelt. If the cops see you in South Carolina with no seatbelt on, they are allowed to stop you and give you a nice big ticket. So, back to mom. So in February 16th, on my birthday, mom had to go back in for brain surgery. At this point, They when she was in the hospital before, they couldn't really do anything. They were looking inside. They wanted to try to go in and see if they can eliminate the size of the aneurysms, but once they went in, they pretty much just did studying. So at that point I was upset because I knew that they hadn't did anything, and I was wondering, what are you gonna do? So they sent her home with a couple of weeks of doctors, nurses coming to the house. Sorry, I didn't mean to say doctors, but nurses coming to the house, and therapy and stuff like that. So I went through a bunch of drama then, and that's been bothering me too, but I will tell you guys about that drama later in my next vlog. All I would like is for you guys to please subscribe, give us a thumbs up on our videos. We're just trying we're just starting off vlogging to see how people like to hear what we have to say. Dean's funny. He likes to sing. He likes to dance. I'll catch him singing sometimes. You guys will love him. Big Dean, he's a computer game man. He loves to put game systems together, take them apart. He does everything. Computers, everything. So we'll do a little bit of his stuff along our journey. But I'm going to go back to Mom. So, and all this being said, she had surgery again on February the 16th. So, y'all know that was a boo-hoo day for me. I wanted to cry. But I believe in the good Lord Jesus Christ. And that's where I left it. 6-7 hours later, the doctor came out and he said everything was good. They had removed 50% of this AVM, which now, like I said, it has 30 plus. She has 30 plus extra blood vessels on her brain. So they went in and they shot like pellets inside the blood vessels in her brain, and they stopped the blood flow. So they cut off 50% of that. Happy we were. Now, Mom came home the next day. Who does that? Who comes home the next day after brain surgery? Who wakes up the day after they tap your skull open and starts talking to everybody? She was talking to us for about 3 weeks before she came home, and that's when she started realizing, I've been up, I've been woke, what happened? I mean, I was saying this, I was saying that. Yeah, she told us to do everything. Everything she wanted done, we did. Because I believe in doing right by your mama. So we handled everything until she came home. Then drama happened, but I'll tell you all about that later. Anyway, back to surgery. A new upcoming surgery is coming up on April the 4th. Now they want to go back inside and remove the other 50% of the AVM, which is awesome, I think. And God is good, so I believe that everything is going to be fine. My mom's a little scared. Of course I'm scared. Everybody's scared when it comes to surgery. My baby had surgery 9 times. 9 times. Plus, I lost count. So I know how it is to have a loved one going in and under, and you're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the doctor to come out with that smile on their face. Some reason they don't always come out with that smile, and that does not mean it's bad news. They just come out because this is their job and that's what they're used to doing. So when they save a life or they do something good, it's something just naturally done by the doctors because they're just good like that. But I bless the hands that touch her. I do. So she goes in, and on the 4th they will be shooting the dye in again, trying to cut off the other 50% of the AVM. At that time, they will be doing an open wound to her cranium. It's called a craniotomy. It's a little scary. Name's more scarier, but basically you have to cut her skull open. I knew this was going to come about eventually, because I knew that anything that's in there is going to have to come out. So she's very upset, sad, been crying a lot. Me too. Mainly because she's crying a lot. But all we can do is just pray and, just believe in the good man above. Somebody's there looking out for her. In my 40 years, the woman would be at church 2 days a week for at least 35 of them. She just recently stopped going every week since after November when she got sick, because she can't sing for a while because her voice was messed up from her stroke. But other than that, she loves singing, and she loves to glorify the Lord, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But again, yes, she has to get surgery coming up. I will try to keep everyone updated and posted as much and as the best I can. And all I could do is ask for you good people to just pray and stay with us. And you guys have a great, wonderful day. Again, this is Nettie, and sometimes it's Dino with the clean teeth and tongue, but he's on his way to school today, and I'm on my way to the doctor's. So again, we'll see you good people later, I guess. Don't talk about my nails, they kind of beat up. I usually don't get them done. I decided to do a self paint, but I might go get them done today. I know I need to get waxed because my face is beat. So y'all might see a girl later when she's looking a little better. All right, for now, bye bye, good people.